Now we see the branch target computation and also the instruction queue. So the branch target computation, we do it to do it so that we do it very fast, so that we can reduce the branch penalty. So the branch address should be computed at the earliest in the pipeline, so that we can reduce this kind of wastage of the stages of a pipeline. Here we can see a lot of wastage of pipeline, and here also we can see the wastage of pipeline. In order to avoid this, we should compute the branch address at the earliest. So we have the fetch unit has like dedicated hardware just to detect the branch and compute the branch address at the earliest. Like even here we computed the branch address during the decode stage. There are fetch units which can compute the branch address in the fetch unit itself. It doesn't have to go to decode to compute the branch address. It is possible in some fetch units, so that this kind of wastage is not happening. This kind of wastage will not happen. Now let's go into the concept of instruction queue. So instruction queue is basically, it can store several instructions, and as in queue it will be first in first out. That is the way the queues work. The first instruction that gets into the queue will be out first. Now the fetch unit, it'll go directly into the instruction queue. It'll feed in the instruction queue. It'll go into the order, and the dispatch slash the decode unit will take from the other side of the queue, and it will in the first in first out order itself, the instruction will get executed. And we also have the interstage buffers. Now the instruction fetch unit, I mean, as we had said earlier, if in case there is a branch instruction that is happening, the fetch unit has the special hardware to detect that branch and compute the branch address in the fetch unit itself. So such problems will not happen. And the kth instruction, if I2 is happening, the next instruction that will be loaded will be k itself, because the fetch unit itself will know that it is a branch instruction. It will compute the branch address to which it has to jump, and the next instruction that will be loaded will be ik, not I3. So the pipeline stall will not happen. Now, how basically this instruction queue works is, let's say there is a I1 that is happening. I1 is getting executed, and the decode phase for it, D1, for I1, the D1 is taking, like, let's say 6 clock cycles. Now D1, it is supposed to take 1 clock cycle, but it takes 6 clock cycles. Now let's think about the I2. Let's say I2 was a cache miss. Now cache miss, it will take another like 3 or 4 clock cycles for it. If it's a cache miss, then the fetching itself, F2, will take some 3 clock cycles. But what will happen here is, during this D1 itself, after the first instruction is fetched, the I1 will be available here. Now during this D2, as there is more space is there in the instruction queue, as the decode is being executed for 6 clock cycles, the fetch unit will go for 3 clock cycles. It will go to the RAM, get the I2, and it will be loaded here. So by the time after the 6 clock cycle, when the D1 is completed, the I2 is already available here. After fetching, I2 is available here. So it can directly be taken by the decode, and the D2 can happen immediately after D1 is happening. This can lead to this could have led to a problem if there was no instruction queue. Like after I1, if there was no instruction queue, then I2 won't be there in here. So after 6 clock cycles, we will take another 3 clock cycles just to fetch it. So the delay will be like 9 clock cycles. But here, within the 6 clock cycle itself, as the I2 is available in the instruction queue, everything is happening in a much faster way, and the pipeline stall is reduced greatly just because we have added an instruction queue. So that's how the instruction queue works. And also the way in which the fetch unit has special hardware to compute the branch target, that thing is called branch folding. The fetch unit having special hardware and it computing the branch address concurrently with the execution of the other instruction. Like even while E1 is happening, if I2 is a branch, then the F2 will get the branch address, compute the branch address. That thing we call it branch folding.